So I got a Pulaski here. See if we can get the whole view of it. A Pulaski, and I can't. And it's kind of difficult to sharpen this. Now, I do want to show something else. This is a file that I got linseed oil on. Linseed oil is a drying oil, and that is a bad thing that I did, because it is pretty much ruined on these spots, I think. Let's see if you can get a view of that. I don't know what it did to it. I think it's linseed oil. I'm pretty sure that's what I did to it. Linseed oil. So yeah, what a mistake I have made. Crushing defeat. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Still is a good double cut side. So this is some very tough metal. I'd say it's probably at least 48 Rockwell, 50, 60. So there are some tricks to getting something started. If it's difficult to cut into your metal, what you can do is you could try tipping a tiny bit and just hitting the very edge. Just hitting like a very small couple teeth on the edge. And you're not doing this like with a ton of pressure either. Can you see how, so there's scratch patterns. You could see this scratch pattern here going that way. You could see that it's now darker over here. That's where I've removed metal. So let's keep going. The camera's in the way, so let me move this. All right. Okay. So let's brush it off. Little painting brush, you know, you never have too many tools. It cracks me out that I use that. One thing you want to watch for, if you want a uniform scratch pattern, you see all that metal in there, all those little chunks. It's not in focus, but you could see the little chunkers on it. So another I had to go far into the fucking tool chest for this. This is a file card. These are cheap. You can make one yourself, but I just bought one for 10 or 15 bucks. Simple. All you're doing is getting rid of that metal in there. Now it's clean. Now I have used this file for as a wood rasp, just because I already ruined this. So just as a little bit of a finer rasp, I use this double cut side sometimes. It works. It works. Not the best. It's not made for that, so it gets stuck in there. Now look how thick this edge is. Terrible. I did not get a burr. Pretty much all I did was just make it look different. Actually, you know what? I did get a burr in the bottom. I kind of met up, so I can switch to the other side. Let's get this bad boy in view. Trying to this is bad. This is taking a long time. Don't we all wish I could edit? Don't we all wish that? All right. What I should do with this edge, by the way, is I should make it bigger. This is a super terrible angle where you really, the back is the grubbing tool. The back, I was pointing to it, but I forget you can't see it. I'll just show it to you. The back of a Pulaski, that is the grubbing tool. The front, not so much. Not so much. So, the front should be able to cut. It should be able to, you know, I think the Forest Service even says 25 degrees on their front edges, which is kind of like a utility edge, you know, not great, not that great at chopping, not that great at splitting, but it's kind of utilitarian edge. Right now, this is just for chopping at roots, basically, which, that's not a bad thing. Maybe someone would want it like that, where they could just beat the heck out of it. You see that? I just said heck. I'm actually becoming Christian. I'm actually converting to Christianity, even though I wasn't religious in the first place. That's how it is. Alright. Still have some to do. Whoop, is it not in focus? There we go. Let's see if we could. Alright. Not the best view and not the best lighting either, is it? Now, this is draw filing. I am putting a little pressure. Sometimes to start it, you have to put a lot of pressure, which is a little dangerous, so just be careful. Just, you know, some people go like this. They tap out the stuff, the metal filings, which that actually does work. You can see that the tip right here is a little more worn. Let's see. You see that? You see that discoloration right here? It might not be in focus, but you can still see it. That's where I've been using it actually. So that's where it's wearing. That gives you a good, that shows you, that's a good demonstration of where I'm how I'm tipping the file to get it to cut when it's difficult, when it's not wanting to cut. And then, normally, your very edge is going to be your sharpest part of your file, because this is what you're using most of the time. You're using, you know, here. So here's going to be sharper, here's going to be sharper, so you could always use that if you can't dig into your file. I mean, if you can't dig into your, whatever you're sharpening, usually an axe when it comes to a file. You could also use files to put a 90-degree spine on a knife, which, that's not, you know, do you need that? Probably not. There we go. Let's see what we got. Very dull. It's not sharpened at all. You can see there's still, let's get a little comfortable here and we'll talk about this, what I've done. I'm going to bring it down. Alright, look comfortable. Maybe a little farther down. This is a goofy way to do this, but oh well. Alright, so I'll show you why this is not sharp. Do you see that right there? The reflection? That means it's a butter knife. When there's a reflection straight on, this is how, so you have to have lighting. You have to have good lighting. It's impossible to do axe craft without being able to see what you're doing. Otherwise, you're going blind. Do you see that? The reflection while I'm going up. So right here, a little sharper. Yeah. It's actually kind of sharp down here. But right here, see right on, right there. See if we could keep going down. I'll use my nail to show you where it's sharp. Okay, so now it's going along, it's dragging, and then it stops right here because it's uneven, because there's a burr right here. No burr on this side, no burr. Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah, so burr on this, burr up to like right here. You can hear it. So I'd have to keep going a lot. This is a cool little Pulaski. I think it weighs, it's pretty light, so it's probably pretty worn. I forget the measurements of a Pulaski, but the Forest Service will have like dimensions when they throw these out. When probably when there's not much hardened material left is when, you know, they're designed to be sold or, you know, put to pasture. If you didn't know, Pulaski does have a double bit eye. Whoops. This is not a great Pulaski. I'll tell you why. Not a huge convexing. Kind of a goofy axe. Let me get a straight edge so I can show you. Let's see. We'll look at different axes here. Yeah. Okay. So I got another axe here. And I'll show you. So this one has a little bit more convexing. See that? How the center is higher than the sides. Even up until, you know, pretty far. Let's see how the Pulaski does when it comes to this test. Now this test is just about, look at that, barely any rock. Kind of really, honestly, a little goofy. Yeah, that barely goes anywhere, so this would not be fun to use as a chopper. Now, can I use it as a splitter? Yeah, it wouldn't be a good splitter, honestly. Let me see. Let's see what these edges are looking like. Yeah, it wouldn't be a good splitter for hardwoods. It needs to be a little thicker. I don't know. I guess we'll give it a try for splitting when I put it together. I'll show you the handle I'm going to use on this bad boy. I think I decided I'm just going to leave it really thick. It's a pretty nice handle. It's got a little bit of, a little bit of heartwood in it. It's definitely hickory. You can tell when it's hickory or when it's ash. Ash usually doesn't have like these. I feel like ash is usually circular, and they're fatter growth rings. They're like fat, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong here, but hickory has like, look at this. Look, it has titties. Hickory has like uneven titties, and ash is like just, you know, balls, just like a ball. Anyway, all right, well, I showed off the Pulaski. This will be put together soon. Let's show you what it looks like on the handle. I think that looks pretty cool. Definitely. It won't look like that when it's done. It'll look a little different, obviously, but anyway. Give you a what do they call these, thumbnails? Let's give you the thumbnail. Thumbnail. Is this a thumbnail? Come on, thumbnail.